So theoretically, can you imagine what the response would have been if Disney presented Disenchanted with Amy Adams as being recast for diversity's sake? Do you think this would have pissed people off? And on the flip side of that, do you think that there would be people on Twitter defending that choice and crying out racism if people had an issue with recasting Amy Adams to, say, a non-redhead? Now you can apply that same logic as to why people might be upset over The Little Mermaid. If the million-plus downvotes on the new Little Mermaid was simply due to legions of racists being pissed off, where are these same groups of people when it comes to the Black Panther trailer? Both Disney films, they are nowhere to be found. And why is that? As in 99.9999% of cases, it has nothing to do with actual racism and everything to do with people simply having a familiarity and attachment to what a character has been and wanting to stay loyal to the source material and the culture it was derived from. Rings of Power is another perfect example of this. And if I'm being honest, when watching the Little Mermaid trailer for the first time, when that song comes on, it activated some deep childhood memories and emotions, so I couldn't help but feel a very strong emotion towards it. Taps into those deep, world-dominating Disney music programming latent in everybody's brain. And the actress now playing Ariel seems to have a great and accurate voice for it, I do admit, but that aside, what if you did the same to Mulan, or Disney's Pocahontas, or Mowgli, or Aladdin, or Jasmine, which everybody seemed to be so concerned with accurate casting when it came to that film? It would be absolute outrage from the same people calling everybody the R word who has a problem with it. The Little Mermaid is a Danish fairy tale, and even more so, the character of Ariel and her aesthetic is deeply embedded in childhood memories. Just like the first time you notice that Poseidon's castle is actually made out of wieners. Something you can never forget. Anyways, and even more so than The Little Mermaid, the coming Snow White movie is truly mind-boggling to me. It feels like it's literally designed to gaslight people. It's truly bizarre. It's like the emperor has no clothes and Joe Biden doesn't have dementia type of thing. How can Snow White not have fair and white skin and not be white? That's equivalent to Aladdin and Jasmine being cast as like albino Asian midgets who live on Mars or something. Like it's that crazy. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like I don't understand like what is going on. Not to mention Gal Gadot, who is very attractive. Yes, she looks like a supermodel, but admittedly a pretty terrible actress. So her playing a villain with a lot of range required, I really can't imagine. But anyways, how is Gal Gadot jealous of who they cast as quote-unquote Snow White? Not to be mean, this girl has attractive qualities, but Gal Gadot is world-class supermodel looking. And I'm so confused by all of this. Like, what in the actual F? For real? This is the costume? This is Snow White. My sister wore like a Snow White costume for Halloween when she was like 5 years old, and it looked better than this. I'm telling you right now, Snow White will be the biggest bomb in Disney history. Mark my words. They plan on removing the true love kiss from a prince aspect of Snow White and replacing it with some type of female empowerment. People don't want that. Like, who wants that? Fairy tales are supposed to be ideal fantasies, tapping into a sort of archetypal perfect realm. Normal people like that idealized true love romance between a man and a woman. People like that. That's why most people love Enchanted. And sadly, I don't think if they released Enchanted in today's world, it would be anything like it was when it was first put out. The same people who had a hand in thinking that this casting decision for the fairy godmother in Pinocchio obviously also had a role in making the atrocity of the live action version of Pinocchio. So it seems like these woke people, even outside of their social and political agendas, are just generally people with horrific taste in creating quality entertainment and storytelling. It's honestly kind of racist to think that there is only validity in altering traditional European fairy tales, Danish and Germanic in this case. There is a wealth of different stories from across cultures all over the world that can be told. In the 90s, Disney released banger after banger after banger, all new stuff. and that wasn't that long ago, so I just don't get why they can't do that again. I'm sure the people involved in all of that would probably be fired in today's climate because they're actually talented, sane people, and the woke people would probably not like that. For those who claim they are just movies, who cares? These stories and symbols have had a heavy influence on everyone in our culture. It's inescapable. Everybody knows who the Little Mermaid is. Everybody knows who Snow White is. So it is important. Storytelling has an impact on many people's ways of thinking, far more than the world of facts. Anyways, thanks for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you very much, and bye.